So then Las Vegas happens, and the first thing I think is deep state attack on a predominantly white right-wing crowd as sort of a retaliation against Trump voters. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just giving you what my thoughts were at the time. Then the next morning, watching the coverage of what happened, I saw a quick piece of news scroll on the bottom ticker. It said, Benghazi mastermind to stand trial today in Washington. I was like, oh my God, that's huge. So now I'm waiting for the actual news story to come on, but nothing ever come on. So I go on other channels, nothing on any channel, just nonstop coverage of Las Vegas. And I thought, wow, what interesting timing. So then I think, well, maybe I should look at some other key Benghazi moments. And what I found was absolutely one of the most eye-opening things in my whole life. It seemed that December 7th, 2012, the House Committee on Foreign Affairs had announced that Hillary would testify in Benghazi, quote, as early as next week. So I said, all right, what happened next week? Exactly 7 days later, Sandy Hook happened. Testimony was postponed. Then, during the first hearing in Benghazi in September of 2014, the news was locked on nonstop coverage of the Eric Frein manhunt, who had just shot 2 Pennsylvania state troopers a few days beforehand. Then, June 16th, Sidney Blumenthal indicated under oath that Hillary did in fact use her own private email server, a veritable bombshell. However, that next day, the news was busy covering the shootings committed by Dylann Roof at a church in Charleston. Again, another Benghazi story obscured by a mass shooting. June 12, 2016, Julian Assange tells a British newspaper that he has the Clinton emails and is ready to release them. Later that night, Omar Mateen would shoot up a nightclub in Orlando, again clogging up the newsfeed. And of course, on October 1st, 2017, while the world reeled from the horrific events of Las Vegas shooting, Benghazi mastermind Abu Khattala began his trial in Washington. So the three events that were known, Hillary testifying, the first hearings, and Abu Khattala's trial starting, all had tragic shootings occurred directly before them, clogging up the newsfeed. And the two events that came out of the blue, with Blumenthal admitting Hillary using her own server and Assange declaring that he had the emails from that server, had tragic shootings occur within the next 12 hours, clogging up the newsfeed.